So what kind of product we offer? Top-up loan, GLG loan, income generation like dairy product, micro, small enterprise loan, and value-added financial product as and when we grow into journey. So we're currently live with a close to 8+ organization. We're heavily onboarding a large institution like Pearl, Midland, having more than 1,000 crore portfolio. And we are aiming that by end of this financial year, more than 1,000 crore portfolio, which will be managed through the platforms. And this is the story of Nirmala Devi, who got her first loan almost 6 months back. And there are millions of Nirmala Devis who are going to use the platform to avail microfinancial services and contribute positively in the economy of India by doing a productive activity.
MSC has always been very special. They have helped us a lot in the past, and they continue to help us, and I kind of acknowledge that, and I'm really thankful. Thankful for even for Fiat as a platform to give us this opportunity to speak to some of the bankers. We are in the business of doing business with MSMEs who aren't getting financial access. So the customers that we deal with are too large for microfinance companies, and they're too small for banks and NBFCs. And the way you go about dealing with them is also very different, because typically these guys are they constitute a very big chunk of the MSME customer base, typically doing turnovers between 1 crore to 10 crore. And what do they need? They actually need working capital. So availability of credit is always a challenge for them. In spite of being GST registered firms, 87% of them are not able to access credit from foreign financial institutions.
So Wonderland Hubs and Herald Logic are sister companies, of where I have the privilege of being co-founder, and incidentally we'll merge into one as a result of the investment that we raised, which is literally hot off the press because the release went out yesterday. Across both these platforms, and I'm going to talk about our solutions. So let me start with Herald Logic. So in Herald Logic, both of these companies incidentally are IIT Bombay incubated companies. In fact, IIT Bombay has made a pre-seed investment in us many years ago. And we're also a DIPP registered fintech startup. So in Herald Logic, which is the older of the two companies and also the older of the two solutions, we have what we call as an incentive compensation management platform as a service, or ICM PaaS as we call it. Basically, it is a completely digital transformation and automation solution for staff incentives, channel partner commissions, robots and recognition programs, contests that enterprises run for their entire sales as well as collections ecosystem. And we are actually India's first managed service platform provider for ICM, as the space is called. And the objective of the solution is actually to help businesses granularize their variable sales compensation.
From a pain point of view, right? I mean, the specific pain point that we want to solve for is the requirement of sachet credit. And sachet credit is something that we internally defined as small but frequent requirement. So, it could be as small as a 10,000 rupees payment that my Agra footwear guy has to do for buying a store. But he has to often do this payment, and for which he has to manage his working capital and cash flows. And hence, our digital line of credit comes into play. So right now we are active as an open loop digital credit line provider. Because I use the word open loop because the buyers or the borrowers in our case can actually add their own set of suppliers and also facilitate real-time payments to these suppliers via direct bank transfer and UPI, depending on the mode.
We will run a separate community. Rajesh is already a part of the community, so we will have a separate community for the startup founders that are going to present, so that we can discuss. And I think each solution which was presented was great, and what we will do as a support to each of these startup is we will create a summary of this entire presentation which was presented today, and we will circulate it with the entire the community of the CXO bankers and fintech professionals.
Thank you very much, Vikas and Anuradha and the whole team for helping us to set up this and helping startups who are working on financial inclusion and building technology for the next billion people.